Shalom, Yasharala. Starting off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And Shalom to the elect out there. Today's title of this lesson will be, We Are in the Time of Judgment. And this goes out to you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. Once again, today's title of this lesson will be, We Are in the Time of Judgment. So I have a see in news article and it reads, Brazilian passenger plane crashes outside Sao Paulo, kills 62. Let's read on down for a little bit more information. It says right here, a passenger plane carrying 62 people crashed outside Sao Paulo on Friday afternoon, killing everyone on board. Dramatic footage circulating on social media showed the plane's fall and its destroyed fuelage and flames on the ground. Regional airline Vopas revised the number of fatalities up to 62 from 61 after confirming another passenger was on board. It earlier said that there were 57 passengers and 4 crew members on board. Let's get a little bit more of this article. It says right here, all of the passengers had Brazilian documents. Airline officials said. Portugal's foreign ministry said on Saturday that one Portuguese citizen traveling on the plane died in the crash. It is unclear if the passenger or any other victims had dual citizenship. Flight tracking data shows that the ATR 72-500, a twin-engine turboprop plane, dropped 17,000 feet in just 1 minute, but it's not yet clear why. Social media videos of the crash showed the plane spiraling out of the sky before hitting the ground as people in the neighborhood shouted in fear. Another video showed the wreckage of the plane in flames on the ground. No one on the ground was hurt, city officials told CNN, and this is the image that I read of the plane spiraling in the air, and we know that that plane crashed. But one thing about that is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, man. We are in the time of judgment. The Lord is not playing, and we constantly warn our people, so-called Israelites, you so-called Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, and seek the Lord now while it's near, while he may be found. For the Lord is constantly putting out what? That heavy judgment. We are in the time of what? Judgment. We've seen these things unfold in front of our eyes, all these tragedies, disasters, catastrophic, storms, the Lord is just doing all type of things, man. The way people are just dying in these last days, man, we're seeing these things happen, and the Lord is we're constantly warning our people, hey, get right with Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, because the Lord is not playing. Let's get this last part right here. It says the flight left Cascavel in the Brazilian state of Paraná and was en route to Guarulhos in Sao Paulo state when it lost signal shortly before 1:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. ET, according to Flight Trader 24 data. Let's get this last part right here, just for a little bit more edification. It says it began losing altitude a minute and a half before crashing. The plane had been cruising at 17,000 feet until 1:21 p.m. when it dropped approximately 250 feet in 10 seconds. It then climbed approximately 400 feet in about 8 seconds. 8 seconds later, it lost just under 2,000 feet. Then approximately 1 minute, it began rapidly descending, losing roughly 17,000 feet in just 1 minute. This is just a scary thing, man. We just gonna look at this image real quick. I have a video to also bring this lesson out, but like I said, man, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of living power. And I believe this it said in a city named Vendo, Brazil, a lot of Israelites still there too. I think the tribe of Asher, if I'm not mistaken. But one thing about it, they should put fear in us. These Israelites, our so-called people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they should put fear in you, man. The Lord is not playing. You see no type of judgments are going on, all type of terrible judgments going on. Knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. When you go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11, right? We constantly telling our people, hey, the Lord is not to be played with. We are in a time of judgment. And hey, you already know, first my judgment start at the house of Israel. So the Lord is definitely not playing no games with us. So before we dive into today's lesson, let's get a quick precept, very quick precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39 to 41. And it reads, see now that I, even I, am he, and there's no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can live out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies and reward them that hate me. And this we constantly seeing right now. We've seen the Lord constantly delivering out that judgment, a heavy judgment. One thing about that Yahweh, he's doing all these things. You cannot there's no deliver out the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we're seeing this, man. The Lord is constantly putting out that heavy judgment, constantly putting terrorism on people, miseries upon people. The judgment is constantly going on every day on a daily basis, man. It should put fear in your heart. And this is a scary thing. You know, these people in this plane and just went down. 62 people perished in this plane accident. We've seen a lot of plane accidents. I believe this is the second one, at a plane crash in Nepal not too long ago. Boat crashes, right? Car accidents, shootout, stabbings. There's a lot of bloodshed going on, man. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. He's doing all of these things, right? He kills and he makes alive. He heals and he wounds. There's no escape in the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, right? Let's read the NLT. It says, "Look now, myself am he, and there's no other God with me, but me. I am the one who kills and gives life. I am the one who wounds and heals. No one can be rescued from my powerful hand. And I'll raise my hand to heaven and declare, as surely as I live, when I sharpen my flashing sword and begin to carry out justice, I will take revenge on my enemies and repay those who reject me." Man, the Lord is not to be played with. So let's dive into a quick video, and then we'll get the rest of these precepts. All right, bear with me for a second. All right, here we go.
Authorities are still trying to learn more information about that fiery plane crash in Brazil that killed 62 people on board, leaving no survivors. The plane was seen spiraling in the sky, unable to gain control before it crashed into a neighborhood. Fox's Christina Coleman has more on what we know.
The plane's black box flight recorder, which stores the plane's data, was recovered at the crash site. It will be included in the investigation into what caused the aircraft to rapidly plunge to the ground in southern Brazil, killing everyone on board. The plane's regional carrier confirmed there was an additional passenger on the flight, increasing the death toll in this horrific incident from 61 fatalities to 62. Disturbing video shows the plane moments before its fiery crash. The plane slammed into a residential community about 50 miles northwest of Sao Paulo Friday. Fortunately, no one on the ground got hurt. A number of terrified witnesses saw or heard the plane crash.
When I heard the sound of the plane falling, I looked out my window at home and saw the moment it crashed, the way it fell. I ran out of the house and went to see where it had fallen, and saw it had fallen into the house of a couple of elderly people. We also knew them from church, and so, terrified and not knowing what to do, I jumped over the wall.
The European-made ATR 72-500, a twin-engine turboprop plane, was built in 2010. It was headed to Sao Paulo's international airport when it crashed. Brazil's president called for a minute of silence at a naval event Friday after learning about the deadly incident.
I have to be the bearer of some very bad news. I would like everyone to stand for a minute of silence because a plane has just crashed in the city of Rio in Sao Paulo. There were 58 passengers and 4 crew members, and it seems all of them died. I would like to ask for a minute of silence for the victims.
Brazil's president also called for 3 days of mourning as the investigation into this crash continues.
All right, man, so we're seeing, man, like they said, man, there was no survivors of this plane crash, and it's a scary thing. This is a real scary thing, man. We got to constantly have to be fearing the Lord. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. We are in the time of judgment. Once again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, and you better be seeking the Lord. You better be fearing the Lord, because the Lord is constantly doing things like this, and these things are increasing. Every day we turn the news, there's some type of casualty happening, deadly casualty, fatalities, a lot of people perishing, a lot of miseries are going out. We're in the time of judgment. We've seen these things constantly happen each and every day. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 16, and it reads, "The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in his work of his own hands." And what? We constantly seeing these things. What? The Lord is constantly getting a lot of wicked souls about him, constantly putting heavy judgment upon them. You see? Knowing to tell the Lord we persuade men. The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. But one thing about that, we constantly preaching to our people on the highways and byways, make these video epistles telling our people, turn back to the Lord, seek the Lord while he's near where he be found. Because the Lord is angry. He's constantly putting out this heavy judgment. We've seen on top of ways people are dying. Like the Lord is constantly putting real terrors upon earth right now. No different type of plane crashes. No, this is the second plane crash, I think, that happened. There's a plane crash that happened in Nepal a couple of weeks ago. One thing about that is just the ways the Lord is constantly putting out this judgment. Boat crashes, plane crashes, car accidents, stabbing, shootouts, all type of different judgments the Lord is constantly putting out. Animal attacks, dogs are mauling people, man. The Lord is really, we're in a time of judgment. If you're not seeking the Lord, if you're not fearing the Lord, expect judgment to fall upon you, man, because we are in the time of what? Judgment. I constantly keep saying it, but we are in the time of judgment, man. Yahweh Shemel Shai, he is not playing. Let's read this again. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 16. It reads, "The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snare in his work of his own hand." So let's keep on moving. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 5. And it reads, "The Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning do he bring his judgment to light." Let's read that again. It says, "Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame." Who's the unjust? The 2/3 of our people that see things like this, and he still choose to do wickedly. They still like to do evil things, still like to follow the ways of the wicked society. They like to scoff, they like to mock. Even though the Lord is constantly putting out judgment every morning, they see no shame in their doings. But one thing about that, if you keep on in that route, Yahweh Bashim Shah will put heavy judgment upon you. But like I said, once again, the title of this lesson is we are in the time of judgment, and that's exactly what the Lord is doing, constantly putting out that heavy judgment. Let's read the NLT. It says, "But the Lord is still there in the city, and he does no wrong. Day by day he hands down justice, and he does not fail, but the wicked know no shame." Let's keep on moving. Just a very quick lesson. This will be my last and final precept. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6, and it reads, Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Should there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?" And the Lord is doing everything. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, he's in control. He's doing everything. All these evils we're seeing, tragedies, disasters, all these deadly casualties happening, fatalities. The Lord is in control. He's doing everything. That's why he is to be feared. Like I said, Israel, you need to be seeking the Lord. You need to be fearing the Lord. Make no terror to turn to the Lord. It put out all from day to day, because Yahweh Bahashim Shai, he's not playing no more. Heavy judgment is constantly going out, and should put fear in your hearts, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Once again, seek the Lord while he's near, while he may be found. Let's read this again one more time. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6, and it reads, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in his city, and the Lord have not done it?" So I hope this lesson will edify. Till next time I say, Shalom.